Hi, my name is Adriana Gomez, and I'm going to talk about the country Italy. Why I want to talk about this country is because I really love the culture and the history that surrounds it, and I personally would love to go to this country. So, starting off, Italy is part of the European Union, so their currency is the euro. They have borders with France, Switzerland, Croatia, and Austria. They have two independent states, the Republican of San Marino and the City of the Vaticano. And the City of the Vaticano is in Rome. And then they have two islands on the Mediterranean Sea, the Sicilian Island and the Sardinia Island. Rome, I'm going to start off by saying that Rome has the heart of the Roman Empire, and starting by that, they have so much history. The main cities, that are more like could be more important in Italy are Rome, Milan, Naples, and Florence. These are one of the main ones that have so much tourists all over the year. And I wanted to mention that there's a beach that has been really popular these past years, and it's Capri. There have so many tourists in there because it's a really beautiful beach, and it has actually a really beautiful history and culture. So I personally would love to go there. And by saying that, I'm going to say that talk about the economy of this country. I when I was reaching out for information about this country, I realized that this country doesn't have their main money resource from normal things like in Mexico. Our main resource for the economy is the oil, you know. And in Italy, actually, is tourism and fashion. Those are the number one and number two. And then they have engineer, chemical products, automobiles, and food. So as we can see, tourism and fashion are the two main economy centers, and what their money is based on, and their economy. So by saying that, we can say tourism. Why tourism is the first one? Because Italy has so much history and so much culture, and so many names about artists like Leonardo da Vinci, Dante, Galileo, Machiavelli, Michelangelo. They had these people. We cannot really say we don't know these people. We know, we have seen in history, all over our school years. And then the fashion. The fashion in Italy, it is important because they love fashion, and because they actually have so many brand names. We can name a few like Roberto Cavalli, Versace, Gucci, Prada, Fendi, Ferragamo. These are one of the fashion brands, or fashion houses, main houses of fashion, and that we all know, and they're part all over the world. And it's really based on their economy. Like, their economy depends on them too. Uh, Now we have the engineer and the chemical products. Um, then we have the automobiles. We know Ferrari is their main automobile that they made, but they have so many others. And the food. The food, which is guiding us to the culture and gastronomy of this country. And the food, it's one of the most, like, Italian people love. They're really patriotic, so they will always say that their food is the best, of course, and it's really worldwide. They actually have pasta for breakfast, dinner, and lunch. They really love that, and their food is really good, and it's not like a weird food. It's food that everybody can eat, and it's really delicious, as they said. Now we have. I found an interesting fact. I'm going to just finish this by saying that this important. I just found out like 10 little facts about this country, and before I start with that, I found out while reaching out with information about this country that safety or security are not something that Italians can guarantee you, or the country can guarantee you, because I reach out that it's a country that is, because it's really corrupt. They have a lot of corruption, and we all know corruption here, in so many countries. But this country have they call it mafia. We all know that word, and we all know, like, from movies or songs or TV shows or whatever. We know what mafia is. It's a group of corruption all over the country, and it's an Italian. It's the mafia. It's because of Italian. They call it like that. All the corruption that surrounds the country. So because of that, the cities are not really safe for. They cannot guarantee you the safety. Italians really will love that, but like there's things that they cannot do. They can do better. They can do wrong. Whatever. But I thought that fact, it was really interesting, because there's a lot of misunderstanding that it can be a really safe place, but it's actually not, because of that, because of the mafia. So now I'm going to talk about the facts that I talked to you about. The first fact that I already mentioned, actually, is the pasta. Italians really love pasta. They have pasta always. They have it even they are on a diet. They have it on dessert, as I told you, in breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They always have pasta. As I told you, they're really patriotic, and they love their country. They love everything that's made in Italy, and I think this is because of the culture and the history that they have. I mean, having so much history, having so much culture, so much fashion brands, I think they should be proud about it. And one of the most interesting things is that weddings are a big thing. Like, they love weddings. They do such a big party. They celebrate it so much. They really love weddings, especially weddings. They are the most wine producer in Europe, and maybe all over the world, I believe. They do really good wine, and they really love it, and they love to drink it in weddings also. Then I found this interesting fact when I was reaching out information, that in Italian cities, as we here in Mexico, we have like taco establishment, like every 2 meters. In Italy, they have something similar, but with pizza. Like, you can be walking and found out a store or establishment that sells pizza, and they're called pizza al taglio, which means pizza like this. They just serve you like a little triangle of a pizza, and they just give it like to you, like sell it to you like if it was like a taco here in Mexico. And it's really interesting that they actually sell pizza like a taco establishment here in Mexico. So I just found it is really interesting. Another fact that I found out, it was until 2008 the Pizza Tower, the ones that like the one that is like here, was open to the public actually, and people can walk by all over and visit it. But until 2008 they decided to close it because the tower was every year was like more like this, and so they just decided that it wasn't safety for people to walk in. um, so they just closed it to public. You can take pictures outside, like they just close it all over, so you can just take pictures, like, but you cannot go and enter there. And actually the Fonte de Trevi, which is the fount of Trevi, it's really really known. In If you don't know about the name, you know it by seeing it in a picture. So I recommend you to look out to a picture, Font of Trevi. This font, it's really really famous in Italy because it's like a wished font. Like you just throw a coin and you just you have a wish. But the interesting about this is like the history that says this is that if you throw the coin to the font, you are just saying that you're going to come back to Rome. You're going to come back to Italy, and that's like your promise. It's like a promise. You just said, I'm going to came back. So you just throw the coin. And actually, all the coins are every now and then they clean it. So all the coins and all the money that they receive from the fund, it's actually going for charity. They give it to charity, to different charities. The Vatican is the most touristic place in Italy. Of course, we all know. I would love to go. And then the fashion and the art. I already talked about fashion and art, but I just wanted to just point it out as a fact again, because the fashion and art are something really important in Italy, because it really depends. Their economy really depends on those things. So I think it's really interesting. And well, that will be it for my part. I would love to go to Italy. That's why I talk about Italy. There were so many things that I left out. I left out, like, for example, politics, because I think politics is not something that I would like to talk about. Because there is just too much information. And religion. Well, the religion in Italy, of course, is Catholicism, as we say, because of the Vatican. It's the house of the Catholicism, so of course they're Catholic. But I really didn't want to just point it out to religion or politics. So that will be it for my part. I hope you like this presentation, this video, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.